Come on, baby. What you got for us Raiders right now? What you got for these Raiders? All that trash talk we heard, those obnoxious Chiefs fans, their obnoxious players, I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it. That was the sweetest victory I've seen probably in my entire lifetime. I mean, besides, of course, some of those playoff wins back in the day, but oh, I'm fired up. Raider Nation, drop in the chat where you're at. Let's go. I'm so all the way amped up. You guys don't even know. This show's going to be off the hook. How you going to do that? He said, stand up. Come on. Raiders. Come on, baby. Come on. How you going to talk all that trash all week long? I'm all the way fired up. I'm feeling all the way amped up. Raider Nation, drop here listening from. I love this. New Zealand, I see you in there. Hawaii, let's go. Raider Nation is worldwide, and we are celebrating all over the world right now. Las Vegas Raiders are a Super Bowl contending team. I don't care what you say. You beat the Saints, you beat the Chiefs, you're a Super Bowl contending football team. Oh, this is great. I love the chat. I love you, Raider Nation. This is fun. These are the games that we live for. That's like a mini Super Bowl for us. This is what we do. How we feeling? I'm telling you, shout out, man. This is episode, I guess I should get to the podcast. I'm celebrating way too much, man. Shout out to the super chat. Thayer Films Productions, where the car haters at. Raiders! Come on, baby! Yeah. Episode 110 being brought to you by the Blue Wire Podcasting Network, the official podcast of RaidersBeat.com. Make sure you listen to this on your favorite podcasting platforms. And what a good time for me to switch over my audio system to XLR so I can sit here and I can yell into this mic all day long, and the gain ain't gonna be all the way through the roof. We're gonna be sounding good, having a good time here, Raider Nation. This is exciting. This is how we do it. The chat's wild. Blow up the chat. I want Raiders in the chat. Give me a Raiders in the chat. I don't even know how I have a voice right now. And if I have a voice still, I ain't going to have it later. Let me tell you how sweet this is, man. I mean, it's been 2,896 days since the Raiders have won a game in Kansas City at Arrowhead. 28, almost 29, almost 3,000 days since we won. How sweet is that? I go on to a Chiefs podcast on YouTube a couple days ago. And, of course, I had that hot take about Patrick Mahomes being mediocre. I don't want to hear nothing about that, by the way. I don't want to hear nothing about that because Derek Carr just outplayed Patrick Mahomes in Arrowhead. Haters, where you at? And no, I'm not just talking about Raider fans, whatever. Hey, Raider fans, you want to jump on the bandwagon? Go for it. I don't care. I don't care if you've trash talked in the past. I don't care. Jump on the bandwagon. Let's go. Raider Nation, unite. We got this thing. We're having a good time. It's going to be victory week, or we're going to be having a good time. We're going to a bye week feeling good. Jump on. Whenever I say haters, I mean like the analysts. I don't care if you're a weather lady. I don't care what you are. If you're a verified person on Twitter and you're talking trash, I'm talking about you, haters. Where you at? Anyways, I go on a Chiefs podcast this week, and I have a good, solid discussion with them about the matchup. And I tell them that, hey, the Raiders are revamped. Yeah, we've had a good couple games to start off the season. Yeah, we're in a little bit of a slump these last two, but we're here to compete. And I'm not going to waste any time. I'm gonna put this on here. We're gonna see what this sounds like. I got something for you guys. This is what happened as soon as I got off the show. As soon as I got off the show in Kansas City, talking about our Raiders, and I said that we had a chance to win this football game, and I said that we were going to compete. And I said for the first time in a long time, I felt like we had an offense that was going to go blow for blow with the Kansas City Chiefs. As soon as I got off, this is what they said.
That now, because we got Raider Cody's thoughts on this matchup and in this game. I want to get into this one because although I know that Raider Cody is very optimistic about his team, and they very well could be building a team that could be competing with the Chiefs in the next few years, at this current time, there is no mistaking about it, guys. These two teams cannot be compared. I know that the Raiders have come off to a decently good start to start the season. Having said that, injuries even aside, the fact that they are riddled with injuries now, and they have so many young players they're relying on.
On the defensive end, for sure.
Especially on the defensive end.
Yeah.
This matchup is not one that the Raiders can even look at and take seriously. Now, I don't want to sound arrogant here, but it's going to sound a little arrogant.
Yeah, it's going to sound a little arrogant. It's going to sound a little arrogant. That's all right. Let's go, baby. I'm all the way amped up. And we're going to walk through this game because you know what? This isn't something I normally do. Shout out to Brian Valera, the moderator in the chat, the guy that I say is not normally here. Well, he's here, baby. And how can you not be here after a game like this? Shout out to all the moderators. Grizz, 509 Raider, Ivan the Great, Kenny King, who we're going to be talking to here pretty soon. And at the end of the show, we're still going to be talking to Honda Carpenter. We got a long loaded show here, Raider Nation. We're here to celebrate for a while. I'm all the way amped up. Put them on blast. I see you in the chat. Let's go. So, I don't normally do this, but we're going to walk through the game. We're going to talk about how this game went, how it progressed, possession by possession, and we're going to relive this amazing Sunday, Raider Nation. So, obviously, first quarter, we kick it off. It looks a little scary, right? That first drive by Kansas City, they had that big touchdown throw that was called back by holding on Kelechi Osemele. Luckily, that puts us in a position to hold them to a punt. So we punt on that first drive. We get the ball back, pinned at our own 5. We had a big throw to Ruggs. We had like double false starts. It was ugly for them and for us. Kind of went hand in hand, which is what's crazy is the momentum kind of went in the same direction for both teams the entire game. So we get the first points on the board, 3-0. Awesome. Kansas City, they get the ball. They have like an 88-yard drive or something, almost 90 yards. Shout out to the chat. Watts Raider, what's going on? The Raiders. Get you some. Let's go defense. Let's go Carr. That's where we sit right now. Let's go Raiders, man. Let's get this football team back in line. So they drive 88 yards. I appreciate your donation, by the way, Watts Raider. If you guys see that in the chat, subscribe to that channel. Authentic Raider fan. We're getting the watchers up right now. We're pushing like 800 total on all the platforms. If you're on YouTube, hit that like button. Subscribe if you aren't subscribed already. Let's get these Raiders fans in here and let's have a good time. It's a Raider Nation party right now. It's what we do right now during the pandemic is we have a party on YouTube. So they drive down, they score a touchdown, 3-7. Raiders down 3-7. Shout out to the super chat again. Zess. No comment, but shout out. And I'd imagine you say something like Raiders. Raider Nation for life. Love it. 3-7. We go down 3-7. Right, okay. We'll get this thing going. We're kind of chucking away down the field. Like, cool. We get the ball moving. And then Derek Carr throws a pick. Kind of, it was, if I'm going to be honest, it was an ugly ball. It's like, ooh, let that one get away from him. Overthrowed, picked off. They go back down the field. They had the ball, I think, in the red zone, right? Open up the second quarter, and they score again. We go down 3-14. We were down going into the second quarter, 3-14. I had Chiefs fans all in my mentions. They're lucky I'm doing a show right now on YouTube. Otherwise, I'd be blowing up their timeline on all the tweets that I was getting saying the game was over. There's some dude saying I should be crying into my car pillow right now. Yeah, I look like I'm crying into my car pillow right now, right? Chiefs Kingdom? Hope you guys enjoy this. If you're a Chiefs fan watching this, I'd suggest you turn it off because I got something to say. Shout out to Andy Very in the chat. I appreciate the donation. If you guys leave a donation, make sure you leave a comment or something attached to it, and I'll hit on a question. Any questions asked through the super chat, let's do it. And if you're feeling said donating to me in the channel, there's many ways to do different things. We also have a foundation launched up, onenationfoundation.net. You can go there, visit, and make a donation. All proceeds, 100% of the proceeds are going to go to the Ken Stabler XOXO Foundation. We have the Fred Blitnikoff Foundation, still GYSA. It's a full Raider Nation foundation to help, obviously, people at Raider Nation. Let's go, Kenny King Jr. Wait till I come on. Shout out to Kenny King. Shout out to Kenny King. We're going to get after this thing. So, anyways, like I said, we go down 3-14, and we're like, man, what do we do here? Where do we go from here? Yeah. Well, guess what? Nelson Aguilar. To all the people that said that Derek Carr can't make people around him better. Oh, good quarterbacks make, players around him better. Well, guess what? Nelson Aguilar is on his way to having a career year. He's a dude that is out there making plays. He's getting space, and he's getting dimes dropped in his lap. I'd say that's a player that Derek Carr's making better. Shout out to Alex in the chat. Today, Raiders definitely looked like a playoff team. Look at the team they beat, and a division team at that. Continue this way of play, and definitely go far in playoffs. Shout out to Alex Sandoval in the chat. Yes, Super Bowl contending football team after the Chiefs and the Saints. Another one. Vince Morales in the chat. Credit to the defense for the adjustments in the second half. Yes, I agree. I know I've been critical of our D, but things are slowly coming together. Offense is going to be a problem with Ruggs. I agree. And hitting on that topic, yes, because even like the 2016 season, they weren't the best defense. They were probably top 20, right? Ranked maybe like 18th to 20th, which is decent, middle of the pack. But what they did to help us win football games is they stepped up at the end. And you saw that. I mean, there's probably how many times did the defense shut them out in the second half? 2, 3 times, right? So shout out to the defense for stepping it up. Super Chat is coming through heavy. Like I said, always remember, One Nation Foundation, if you want to make a donation. OneNationFoundation.net. So, Jen Dog in the chat. Mahomes is a sore loser. He walked off the field. Mahomes is mediocre. He's a product of the system. I told you guys this a few days ago. No, I don't care. He's had some good games. He's playing well. But this week I'm here for it. I love it. This is great, guys. This is why we're Raiders fans. This is what we enjoy doing, right? This is what we live for. We live for these football games. So we go down, we hit Nelson Aguilar, a guy that obviously Derek Carr's elevated in his career. And he responds after the interception with a dime, an absolute dime responds. 10-14 Raiders. Kansas City goes down. They score 10-21. We're like, oh, shoot. Here we go. Well, guess what? It's a shootout. We got a big run by the Raiders. Devontae Booker comes in a roll because I believe Josh Jacobs is still battling just a little bit of an injury. And anytime Booker got the ball, he ran the ball well. So, of course, keep him in there. Let's keep the ball rolling. Starts off with a big run. Big catch by Ingold. Shout out to Ingold. He had a few big killer plays. And then, of course, we cap it off with a touchdown throw to Waller. 17-21. We're climbing up on the end of the first half. And this is where it's kind of getting nuts. Like, hey, we got a chance. We can keep this going. If we can keep this going with no mistakes, we got a chance to win this football game. And it's still crazy that we won this football game, guys. It hasn't even sunk in. These post-game reactions to me are nuts. Like, it hasn't all the way sunk in. Like, we just won this football game, people. We just beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Something that we didn't think was ever possible. Kansas City has a little shaky drive, right? Forced them into like a 3rd and 20. That was a play they almost converted, right? He got all crazy, and Mahomes ended up on the sideline with all kinds of time. He threw it down the field, and I think they dropped it, right? They almost converted otherwise in the drop. So they punt. Then, here's another topic I want to hit on. Shout out to the chat. Jose Lopez. The whole NFL needs to put some respect on our name. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. Because I got a little thing here. I know I saved it at some point. Yeah, it's right here. You see that, right? Yeah. Who? Not too many people picking the Raiders. Oh, none. Oh, nobody picked the Raiders. How about that? Put some respect on her name. Let's go there. So, Henry Ruggs gets hurt, right? Henry Ruggs gets hurt for 2 games, and everybody is just like slandering him for why did the Raiders, not just him, but the Raiders. Oh, of course, you pick Henry Ruggs over CeeDee Lamb, who's obviously the best wide receiver. Oh, look at Jerry Jeudy catching that touchdown pass. Right? Everyone's oohing and on over Jerry Jeudy. How about some of them catches? How about whenever Henry Ruggs came down with that contested catch on the dude's helmet? How about that deep ball that was coming over his shoulder? Now, here's the thing is you're running this route. I guess I'll do it the opposite way. He was on his left shoulder, but you got a ball coming over your shoulder. A lot of receivers like to just drop it in the breadbasket. No, Henry Ruggs is like, I got hands. Turns, snatch, takes that thing to the house. Put some respect on Henry Ruggs' name. The brother Mace in the chat. Pass rush was great, and our secondary played amazing. Cleveland Farrell played great. A lot of things that won't show up on the stats. I agreed. Like the almost sack, holding on to his sleeve, and then, of course, like tackle him around the line of scrimmage. Big stuff. They're shaky at times, but hey, we're playing the Kansas City Chiefs. Credit to them for stepping up. And I had this weird feeling, like as much as we get on the defense and Paul Guenther, obviously that probably bought Paul Guenther some time just because, they held him under like 40. Oh, man, I got so much trash talking to do to Chiefs fans. I love you, Chiefs Kingdom. This is fun. This is going to be great. We're going to have a great relationship in the future. But shout out to Brother Mace in the chat. I appreciate the donation, as well as Alex Sandoval again. The Raiders fans who just hate Carr sure are eating their words today. Hey, like I said, man, that's okay. Let them eat their words. I'm sure they're enjoying the football win. And I'm not going to be a guy that goes back on Raiders fans. If you guys want to, awesome. Like, do your thing. Like, let them eat their words. I love it. But for me, like Raider Nation, man, let's get together. Jeff Heath, I see you, Corey C. Jeff Heath, let's go, man. That was good stuff. That was a game-sealing interception, in my opinion. That's where the game said, oh, we're probably going to win this thing. So we go through. After that bomb to Henry Ruggs, right? We go into halftime. Third quarter opens up, and then this is where I said, like, the momentum for both teams was, like, the same either direction the entire time. So it's like, we get it, we punt. Kansas City gets it, they punt. We get the ball back, we punt. Then Kansas City gets it again, they punt. So 4 drives in a row, they punt after halftime, both teams. Then Raiders come out, chip away. We had some key third downs. 3rd and 2, I think a long third down. And that opens up. I want to say there was a big third down. Was that to Hunter Renfrow? I don't remember if it was that drive or not. Big third down to Hunter Renfrow. And, of course, Jacobs punches it in. Jacobs kind of, I think, dealing with a little bit of a nagging injury, and then comes out and is just all the way fired up, punches it in, seals the game. I got a new segment for you guys, too, here in just a minute that you're going to learn a little bit about before we talk to Kenny King Jr. Hopefully I can nail it right because it's a little different. So after that touchdown, Jacobs punches it in. Kansas City goes 4 plays, and they punt again. Oh, amazing. See, this is where you like get all happy about the defense. Like you see stuff like that to where we're not just going blow for blow, but where we can answer, and then they punt. Shout out to Simon SC. Raiders! Let's go. Get hyped, Raider Nation. This is monumental turn. The whole team showed out today. Let's get it, Nation. I love it. Eddie Muro in the chat. Defense stepped up. Offense already knew. Bring on the next victim. Cody, blessings to you and yours. Blessings, Raider Nation. I love it. This is great, guys. This is a good time. I'm very thankful for you guys to be able to sit here and enjoy this victory with me because the emotions were wild. The emotions were absolutely wild. My kids are on nap time, and I didn't care if I woke them up or not. Frankie Pimentel in the chat, I grew up with you. What's up, man? What's up, Frankie? I see you on Facebook. Amazing. This is absolutely amazing. So to be able to see the defense get back to this game flow, to get a stop like that, right? Then the Raiders, I think that was where the big Renfrow play happened. It was real slow. You know, we're kind of thinking we like picked up like a 4th down. We had that big long third down, like 3rd and 15 or something crazy, and Renfrow gets that big play. And then we get all the way down the red zone, and DC's escaping pressure. Almost had like another highlight play right there in front of him because he was dumping it off to Richard as he was going down, and just barely missed him, just right off the fingertips. Just a hair off, game of inches. Crazy, right? So we settle for a field goal. Right there was right after Casey gets the ball back. Interception, Jeff Heath. Shout out to the chat. Whoever shout out Jeff Heath. Obviously, that's where I think the momentum was like, oh, I think we can win this football game because that was 33-24 Raiders, and we had the ball right there off the end zone. We get the ball, and Josh Jacobs punches it in. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Kansas City gets the ball, and I told my wife, I said, look, they're going to get the ball, and I know it's going to be like we could win this football game, but they're not done scoring points. They're going to put points up. It's a 2-score game, 16 points, I believe. They're going to put points up. So they go down, they score the touchdown, which we should have stopped them, I will say. We had like a 4th and 5. We had a lot of pressure at one point. I think we should have stopped them. And then they come in with a 2-point conversion. Nick Kwiatkowski getting in his face. Mahomes. Shout out to Florida Boy in the chat. Mahomes can dish it, but can't take it. That's really not cool. No handshake. We don't need a handshake. It was a Florida Boy. We don't need a handshake around here. It's a rivalry. There's this video. Oh, I got another video for you guys. Let's go ahead and play this too. This is gonna be from the Kansas City Chiefs Twitter account.
Over 25 years, and never have I been involved in a rivalry like the Kansas City-Oakland Raider football rivalry.
From the Chiefs account.
Hold up. Let's get one thing straight. I got mad respect for Lenny the Cool.
We put things together and kill these guys.
And don't get me started on my boy DT.
Jeff George never had a chance. His 6th sack of the night.
But this is a different squad.
For the Honey Badger, pick 6, touchdown!
And this rivalry ain't the same as it used to be.
If we're being honest, to make it a rivalry, we got to win some games here.
Let's go.
I mean, hell, the Raiders don't even play in Oakland anymore.
We back in the flesh,
But at the end of the day, is just another team that's in the way of our goal. And it all starts with the AFC West.
The goal is to win the AFC West, and the goal is to win the Super Bowl.
2 Hall of Fame coaches with a whole lot of history. But on Sunday, you can forget about the past because the future is what's coming out of that tunnel. The Las Vegas Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. Rivalry renewed.
Touchdown, Kansas City!
It's about to be crazy.
You know, they kept it simple. They kept it polite. They kept it professional. They kept it professional. But it'll get a little slap in the face with some production on the field. Oh, man, I love it. I tell you, Raiders wrapped up this game with a big win. I'm telling you, I got my voice a little bit here, but Raiders, give me some. I know I can't hear you, but let your living room hear it. Let your neighbors hear it. Come on, let the group of people, let your family, whoever you're sitting with, your friends, let them hear it. Let them know Raider Nation's fired up. Let them know Raider Nation's fired up. And that's going to take us into our new segment. And I hope I'm ready for this. We're going to see how this goes. And my new segment is the lights out player of the game. And we're going to see, in my opinion, who took this, who needed to step up, and who helped us win. Hey, how do you give a lights out player of the game award to none other than the quarterback that needed to step up, that took the most scrutiny about not being able to win in Kansas City? He throws one pick and everybody, Raider Nation, I get it, because you can't throw those picks like that. But for him to take that pick and start throwing bombs and take this game back over and take this game into his own hands and prove that he is on an MVP caliber season right now. Yeah. DC was seeing red today. And I'm not talking about the opponent. I'm talking about points. Derek Carr came out, and this is, like I said, this isn't a prove it year. This is a statement year for Derek Carr. And that's why he's our lights out player of the game. Bakersfield, California, stand up. DC, I want to see some DC for MVP in the chat. Give me some DC for MVP in the chat. Derek Carr came out after all the criticism, after everything he's faced, after saying, battling those demons in Arrowhead. I think he defeated him. I'm telling you, give me some DC for MVP with that Mamba mentality. People telling him to take the sleeve off. It's Mamba season. He's got that Mamba mentality, and he played lights out today. There's no doubt about it. So any haters out there that have anything to say, shut your mouth. I'm talking to you, Chiefs Kingdom. I got questioned about it on a Chiefs podcast. That's okay. You can question them. DC Dimes, DC for MVP. Let's get it. Let's get back to the show. Ooh, new segment. Let me know what you guys think of the new segment. Lights out player of the week. I saw a couple super chats in there. I might have missed you guys. Let me see if I can scroll back up. We're gonna be talking to Kenny King here pretty soon. Angel Cortez didn't watch the game, though my Raiders were going to get blown out. Thought my Raiders were gonna get blown out. Shake my head. Hashtag forever Oakland. Much love. Love that, dude. I love that. Samuel Champion. Also back to Angel. Don't ever do that, man. You watch your Raiders any given Sunday. That's the theme. That's what I told you guys a couple of days ago. Samuel Champion. Raiders. If anybody of you guys super chat Raiders in the chat, I'm going nuts. We're gonna lose this thing. So we're gonna take this quick break. We're gonna see how this turns out because I got this whole new system and this new mixer set up, and we're gonna take this quick break, and we're gonna be joined by my guy Kenny King Jr. right now. So, I guess we'll be right back. I think everyone can hear you right now, but we're going to ease in here. This new mixer, Kenny King, it's something else. So joining me after the break I'd imagine, a very fired up. See if we can get this going.
Kenny King, real talk.
Kenny King Jr., what's going on, man?
40-32. The Raiders just put it on the Chiefs in Arrowhead Stadium. Derek Carr was lights out, had a pick. Doesn't really matter. He bounced back, threw some deep balls, got Ruggs involved, got Nelson Aguilar involved. Josh Jacobs was running fools over. And guess what? Juan Thornhill, I thought you were going to do something. What happened, bruh?
What happened? What happened, bro? I'm telling you, for all the slander that we've been taking, this is probably one of the sweetest victories that I've experienced in my recent memory. I can't think of something that's been more satisfying than what we just experienced here on this Sunday.
The last time I felt this good after was in 2017 when we beat the Chiefs at home.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's crazy is whenever I got I didn't talk to you last night actually, but whenever I got back inside, I was messing with some of my audio, and I get inside, you ready to go to bed, and what's on NFL Network? The 2017 Raiders-Chiefs game. And I thought I was going to be going to bed. Well, it turns out I didn't. So I spent my night last night watching reminiscing a final drive that had 4 game-winning touchdown throws in that final drive. And of course, finally, the 4th one put it away. But, dude, we just beat the Chiefs, bro. We just beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
It's huge, and I know that obviously it's week 5. We have a lot of football ahead of us, but this is a huge win. This is a big win at Arrowhead Stadium against a division rival, against a team that has has owned us for the past 7 years. Derek Carr has gone in and has lost 7 straight years in Arrowhead, and has finally got the monkey off his back. I think I said this on my YouTube. I said it on the Chiefs YouTube. I said it in multiple interviews that this is going to be a game that is a statement game for the Raiders. It's a statement game for Derek Carr. This is an opportunity to get the monkey off his back, and guess what? He went in there and he did it. This is huge for the Raiders. Most points scored, and what was it? Something crazy like since Rich Gannon was there.
It was yards, I think. First 300-yard game, right?
Yeah.
First 300-yard game since Rich Gannon in 2002, I believe, was a stat that popped up. For all the quarterbacks that got brought up about, they won in Kansas City. Nobody, let's say it. This is the first Raiders quarterback to go into Arrowhead and beat a Kansas City Chiefs team that is probably undefeated, coming off a Super Bowl win. So it's time to put some respect on his name.
No doubt. And let's give the defense their props. It was bend but don't break. The defense definitely looked improved. Yes, they did give up 32 points. It's Pat Mahomes. You're going to give up 32 points, and until you get everybody out there healthy and you shore things up, that's going to happen. But the defense was bend but don't break. When it mattered, they came in clutch. Cleveland Farrell was big time today. Max Crosby was big time today. Jonathan Abram was flying around making plays. I wish that he wasn't making plays against our own team, but he's still making plays. So, hats off to the defense. They did what they were supposed to do. They kept us in that game. They made sure that, they didn't squander it away for us, and we were able to come out with a victory.
100%. Kenny King, I want to know your thoughts on this offense. Obviously, I saw him coming out. They established the run a little bit, but then they let Derek Carr get back into that groove that we saw in the Monday night game against the Saints. Let him go out there and sling it. I think, again, he was in his bag, dude, hitting a bunch of receivers, a bunch of dimes, extending the play, doing things. Kenny, what's your overall thoughts on how the offense played this week?
My overall thoughts on the offense is this isn't even the pinnacle of what the offense can be. You have Richie Incognito, who's still out. You have Trent Brown, who's still a little bit banged up. You have Josh Jacobs, who's obviously still a little bit banged up. You've got Brian Edwards, who's out. This isn't even the peak of what the offense can be. And to put up 40 points in Arrowhead, it's huge. You look at this offense, the sky's the limit. We have playmakers at every position. You've got guys that can make big plays. You got guys in the backup roles that can make big plays. Devontae Booker comes in and breaks a huge run to spell Jacobs. Mm-hmm. These guys are coming in and they're able to move the ball, score in the red zone, and do everything that they said that they wanted to do in the offseason. They're putting it on the field and they're actually doing it. It's not all talk. It's actually coming to fruition.
Agreed. Kenny King in the super chat. We have Simon SC. DC talking to John Gruden. I think you saw this whenever you couldn't hear the audio. But he asked, I think, do you trust me? John Gruden said yes. And then they discussed things going into the half. I think they had one more drive there. That's what, kind of turned the pages. You think DC came up to him and Simon, I appreciate the super chat. But do you think that DC went up to him and basically said, like, hey, do you trust me? Put the ball in my hands and let me win this football game?
I think so. I think that, we saw last week against the Bills where DC was dealing and John Gruden kind of reeled it back and started going for 3. I think that Gruden put a lot more confidence in his quarterback today. I think that he gave him the ability to open it up a little bit more. You saw DC taking a lot more deep shots. You saw him moving the ball a lot more. You saw him throwing the ball. And I think that comes with John Gruden saying, you know what? I trust you. This is your team. You are a franchise quarterback. Go out there, make some plays, and win this game for us.
Crazy, man. This defense last week had us like just on the edge. Like we're just, we got Paul Gunther hanging off the edge of a cliff, ready to drop him by his ankles. And then this week, what is the antidote to all this chaos? It's getting wins, right? What does this change for Paul Gunther and how the fan base should look at his job security?
I don't think it changes a lot. I think that, here's the thing, one game is huge, but remember, we always play the Chiefs tough. And last year, the defense shut the Chiefs out in the second half of week 2. Now, I think that it does help Paul Gunther a little bit, but I also wonder, was it completely Paul Gunther calling the plays? Because I saw a lot of different looks, and Grizz, you touched on this. I saw a lot of different looks that weren't conducive to what Paul Gunther would typically call, and it looked like a lot of Marinelli's work. And so I'm wondering if Marinelli's getting in the mix a little bit more. I think that may have a little factor on it. But I think with Paul Gunther, we need to continue to see consistency. We need to see him, in teams, when we're playing teams that aren't as good, when we're facing a team that doesn't have a dynamic quarterback or a team that doesn't have the speed that the Chiefs have or the speed that the Bills have, we need to see the Raiders defense shut teams down. Not every team should be able to put up 30 points. You shouldn't average 30 points a game. So if the defense can shut teams down to 17, 21, 24 points, that's going to be the difference maker for me on what Paul Gunther is. I think that at the end of the season, it's going to be a reevaluation period, but I think that he definitely did buy his job for another week.
Absolutely. Kenny King, stay on the line. We're going to continue this conversation. But first, we're going to take this quick break provided by MyBookie. And when we return, we'll continue our conversation about this Raiders wild win at Arrowhead. Winning season returns in MyBookie. Winning season means doubling your first deposit. Winning season means insane props, epic bonuses, and the craziest cross-sport wagers. At MyBookie, winning season means watching live sports and betting live sports all season long. So it's time to get amped up, Raider Nation. I know the juices are flowing right now, just because the Raiders are back, baby, and we got some good things going for us. So it means you got to get in on this action. The Sundays are amazing. There's huge cash prizes. Use promo code RaiderCody and double your first deposit. New players get up to $1,000 in free play. Designed to add more excitement to the sports you love and the games you bet. Bet with the best this NFL season for your chance to win big. Again, let's use promo code RaiderCody, all one word, RaiderCody, and double your first deposit at MyBookie. So, like I said, your winning season begins today only at MyBookie. So, Kenny King Jr., this is crazy, dude. This is absolutely nuts. Like, I'm an optimistic fan as you are, but is this something like that you expect to happen? No. Do we know that there's a chance it could happen? Yes. And the fact that it did is still, to me, just absolutely mind-blowing.
No, I think you hit the nail on the head, Cody. Obviously every week I wake up on a Sunday or Monday whenever we play, and I say the Raiders could win this week. I expect the Raiders to win this week. I expect us to win every single week. I expect us to go 19-0 every season. Now, obviously, that hasn't been the case, but I'm going to expect that every week. I'm not going to say we're going to get beat. I don't think that way. But, it's always in the back of your head. Like, this is, the defending Super Bowl champions. This is a team that has consistently beat us. This isn't a team that, we've had a little luck here, a little luck there. Like, it goes back and forth like the Broncos. This is a team where they have owned us for the past decade. And for us to go in there, to go into their home where we haven't won, and to do this, it was huge. And so it definitely changes your mood. It changes the way that you feel. Going into a bye week, we get to talk this talk for the next 2 weeks. And then we get to get ready for Tom Brady. This is another revenge game for Derek Carr because he's got a personal thing against Tom Brady. He said when he moved to Las Vegas, you see Brady's face in newspapers everywhere. So I know that he's already game planning for this next game against Tampa Bay.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I don't even know. We had a couple super chats in here. Might have lost you guys. Simon SC again. Damn right. I have all the faith in DC. Let's get it. Supported him since he was drafted. Let's not forget our targets in the red zone, though. And someone else mentioned people talking about Ruggs being the key. Let's give credit to Aguilar and what he's done for us this season. Alex Sandoval, again, both these guys coming in with more super chats. And I agree. And that's what's crazy is I talked about this at the beginning of the show. But what's been like the big narrative, and everyone keeps saying, oh, what puts Derek in a bind is he doesn't make players around him better. But what's he doing for Nelson Aguilar right now? Nelson Aguilar is looking like a starting wide receiver and a guy that was signed as depth. So, I don't know. I think it's time to put some respect on our wide receiver group's names as a whole. I mean, the fact that Hunter Renfrow, for me, is a big go-to receiver for Derek, and he doesn't have to be out there 100% of the snaps. It's crazy seeing all these weapons, man, come out for us. Hats off to Mike Mayock and John Gruden for surrounding our guy, DC, with probably the best supporting cast that he's had his entire career and setting this offense up to be a top 5 offense in the NFL. I said it, top 5 offense in the NFL.
You know what's crazy to me, Cody, is I look at this offense, and like I said, we're not even at full strength. I mean, you got Edwards out. You got Tyrell Williams, who's on injured reserve. He's out. I mean, you think of those guys and what they could bring to the table. Now, obviously, Edwards probably won't be on the Raiders next year. Or, sorry, not Edwards. Williams probably won't be on the Raiders next year. Edwards, we're going to be getting him back soon. And what he adds, Foster Moreau hasn't really been getting involved this season. And he's a guy that in the red zone is a big, big target. So, to see what can be and what these guys are going to be able to do, I'm really excited about it.
Agreed, dude. Absolutely. This is nuts. It's so surreal doing these post-game shows. I feel like what we used to do last year and talk about this, tonight. Like we'd get on at like 9, 10 o'clock and talk about the game hours after it happened, and we'd collect our thoughts, and we'd understand the importance of the game or the win or the loss or whatever is going on. These immediate post-game shows, like it's so surreal. Like this is kind of just like where, like we're discussing it, it's hitting me more and more, and I'm still getting chills. Think about the fact that we came in here and we just made an absolute statement, dude. Man, these are the games we live for, and this is why I love being a Raiders fan. This is why I love having this channel. That's why I love talking to you, Kenny King, about some football, because this is it, man. This is what we do, man. This is what makes the heart beat for Raider Nation, and this is what gets the the silver and black blood flowing, pushing heart attacks and still celebrating wins.
This is what it's all about, man. When we can get on here and talk about a big win, we can get on here and even after a loss, like get talking about it, getting through it, getting in with the fans, mixing it up. We can't be at games, so this is the next best thing. And being able to talk about it with other people that are just as passionate about it as us, this is what I live for.
Absolutely. Kenny King, I'm going to give you your last thoughts here on this football game. The Raiders are sitting 3-2. We came off 2 bad losses, but we flipped the script, and I think we have the chance to be able to keep carrying this momentum through the season. We got a bye week to get healthy. We got a big team that we're going to be playing as soon as we get back out of it. Kenny King, how are we feeling as Las Vegas Raiders fans for the outlook for the rest of the season?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good about it. Yeah. And what I want to say to Raider Nation right now is, look, we have this week, we have next week to get excited. We have 2 weeks to talk about this win, get through it, but then we got to get focused. We got to get ready for Tampa Bay. It's good. This is a good team. It's a good quarterback who is, he's playing some pretty good football right now. He's going to be coming in pissed off because he forgot what down it was. And, we're facing him, and he's going to be ready to go. But I think that we're going to be coming back at full speed. I think the win is going to propel them to take another win over the Bucs. Let's do this. Raider Nation, relish this victory. Take your time, have some fun, and just win, baby.
Real talk.
Good talking to you, brother. We'll talk again soon.
For sure.
Don't mind me. I'm just going to roast some Chiefs fans on Twitter real quick before we take some phone calls. We got the phone number on the board. You know what to do. Call that number. Start taking phone calls right now. And we'll go from there. Phone number on the board. I'm going to be taking as many callers as I possibly can until we hit the 1 hour mark. And then from the 1 hour mark, I will be getting Hondo Carpenter on the phone. So we got a good, 18 minutes of phone calls. So Raider Nation, let's hear it. Let's hear your opinion. The lines get loaded, so I apologize. I can't take all phone calls, of course, but I'm going to do my best here and see what we can do. What a crazy freaking game. What a crazy freaking game. So, first caller coming in after the Las Vegas Raiders upset the Kansas City Chiefs, firing up the fan base, get me all amped up. Caller, state your name. Where you calling from?
Alex from Ohio.
What's going on, Alex, man? What's the vibe right now? What's the vibe over there in Ohio?
I don't know. I know a couple Raider fans. I haven't talked to them, but I'm pumped. I mean, I tell you, I can't believe it. I was shocked. I've talked to you a couple times on Instagram, but I'm pumped to talk to you, and I've always wanted to. I'm glad we got the win. It was much needed.
Yeah, good stuff, man. I appreciate you calling in and taking this time to chop it up a little bit. So I want to know, has Derek Carr in this offense under John Gruden, have they silenced the critics finally?
I think they have. I think that, with every side of the ball, you get a little improvement. But I think Derek Carr is really stepping up his third year in the John Gruden system. But I think he's doing a real good job. I think Henry Ruggs came back. I think when you get all our guys back, full healthy, we are unstoppable. I think we can air it out there and we can get the run game going quick.
Absolutely. Alex from Ohio, I appreciate you calling in, man. I got a load of callers here, so I'm gonna take the next one, man. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Caller number 2 coming in hot. Raiders 3-2. This is how we do. You call in the line. Maybe you get selected because there's like a long list of numbers here I'm picking from. But you get thrown into the wolves, man, and we're fired up. And this is a good Sunday afternoon to talk some Raiders football, man. State your name. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, it's Kobe from Kansas City.
Let's go from Kansas City, huh?
Fucking win! That's a big win, baby.
Let's go. I love the energy, man. So you know a bunch of Chiefs fans then, huh?
We were downtown watching the game, and I was me and like 3 other Raiders fans downtown, like a Parrot Light District, and man, there were a lot of disappointed faces. There were a lot of disappointed faces.
Oh, I love it, dude. I freaking love it.
You just love to see Derek slinging it, and man, the defense really stepped up today too. It was just a great game all around, man. I
100% agree, and it's crazy to see. I can't even imagine for you, but I get so annoyed. Even before, like, when the game's starting, I get nervous before every Raiders game. Like, okay, like, let's hope, we can put some stuff together here. But a game like this, I'm even more nervous just because it's like, dude, I just want this team to finally just shut these guys up. I cannot stand how I'm an obnoxious fan myself, don't get me wrong, but I cannot stand the obnoxious Chiefs fans or the obnoxious Chiefs players. I was at my breaking point to finally, like, get that, like, shut up. I love it.
Yeah, it was a wild game, man. It was a lot of fun. Gotta love it for one time winning in Kansas City, man.
100%, man. Hey, Kobe, I appreciate you calling in from Kansas City, and let's let's go into this bye week and be ready for a game in a couple weeks, huh?
Yeah, sounds good. I appreciate you, Cody.
Yep, see you, man.
Yeah.
Callers are rolling in hot right now. I got a 559 number on the phone, my same area code. Someone asked if I'm from Fresno. I'm in the Fresno area. I'm actually from Tulare, California. State your name, man. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name's Mike. I'm calling from Boise.
Boise. Is it
Rev Mike?
Rev Mike.
It's Rev Mike.
I was hoping so.
What's
What
up,
is
man?
up, brother?
Not much, man. Not much. Just savoring this win.
Dude,
Savoring the win, man.
So you caught it's a morning game for you. So what'd you see?
Oh, I saw the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
I was camping this weekend. I got back from the campground and got home in time for kickoff. So, yeah, I saw the whole thing.
I'm happy for you because I know you miss a lot
awesome.
of those morning games, of course, being a pastor over there. So that's good stuff, man. Got yourself a Sunday,
Yeah.
and you watch the Raiders go out there and do the Lord's work here a little bit on the football field for us. So that's some good stuff, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked. You know, it was interesting because the refs actually called a decent game today.
Yeah.
Because it seems like every time, man, we get going, there'd be a flag, you know, in all the previous games. And I don't know if you guys remember from last year, but we had 10 penalties in KC last year, and they had none.
Yeah.
Not one. So, I mean, to me, that was huge. Ruggs coming through, you know, the defense finally coming through and making some stops is awesome.
It's great, dude. It's great to see. This is a good victory Sunday for us. We're going to enjoy ourselves on Victory Monday. Rev Mike, I appreciate you calling in, of course, because you're one of the OGs that always called in to the voicemail. So it's nice to be able to sit down, talk to you live. Met you last year at one of the final games at the tailgates. So Rev Mike, good stuff, man. Enjoy your day.
All right, man. You too. Talk to you later, man.
And the next caller coming in. Whoa, missing him. We got a 559 number. What's going on, man? State your name. Where are you calling from?
What's up, man? It's Danny from Fresno.
Danny from Fresno. We got all the OGs coming in, man. How you feeling?
Man, oh, man, I tell you what, the line is busy when we win, man. I tell you what.
Oh, dude, I'm looking at the line of numbers. I got like 8 phone numbers sitting in front of me right now as we're talking. So
That's crazy. Bro, what did I say last week? We're going to be all right.
Yeah.
We're going to be all right.
You know what?
They played disciplined football all 4 quarters. Derek Carr, man, you know, man. Okay, first of all, I'm going to say this. Mullins, he's a real deal.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a Raider for a long time, and that man could play. I saw him in the 4th quarter bat that ball against Kelsey.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch the film of him playing, man. He looked like he was locked in, okay? The defensive line, they need to keep playing like that. I was listening to Crosby at the end of the game in the press conference. He's like, we just focus on letting it loose. You know what? They better let it loose every single game because they were finally getting some pressure on the quarterback, and it looked great. Mahomes was not comfortable. He scrambled a lot. I didn't even get to watch the whole game. I watched the 4th quarter. Bro, man, I'm on cloud 9. This
you
is
have
a good
to be,
victory. Bro. And he came in with that pick. Oh my
clutch,
God,
dude.
Clutch. I lost track. I lost track of everything I was gonna plan on saying to you, man. But because I'm
the same way, bro.
I'm on cloud 9. Bro.
I'm the same way. Like you black out, like with all the excitement or the emotion. Like I get on here and I have all these things I'm running through as the game goes on. Like, oh, I'll talk about this. I'll talk about this. I'll talk about this. I'll talk about this.
You know what this reminds me of? And I've been thinking about this too because Derek Carr's struggles with the Chiefs has always reminded me of when Derek Carr was at Fresno State because I live in Fresno. When Derek Carr had struggles against Boise State year in and year out, it was like his like kryptonite. Like we always play Boise State, he just had like all kinds of mistakes, and it was crazy until his senior year, bro. We finally beat.
I
Boise
do remember
State
that. Yeah.
Oh, I was
on the
at
blue
that
field,
game, bro.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And then that was the year, bro. That was the year Fresno State took off and almost made it to a BCS game, and they took off from that. It reminded me of that kind of game, bro, where Derek Carr was just, man, he was playing lights out. I'm excited.
He's got that mentality
really
too. Go ahead.
Yeah. And here's what really pissed me off. And then again, okay, I'm sorry I said pissed, but anyways, bro. First of all, Mahomes didn't shake his hand. That was a weak move. And then again, bro, the Chiefs were trying to roll his ankle in the scramble.
I saw that.
The QB.
Bunch of crap, dude.
That's so dirty, man.
Yeah,
like, come on.
That's why we don't need a handshake to get your first statement.
Yeah.
We don't need to shake their hands. Screw that. It's a rivalry again, and that's why I like that fuel. We're seeing a different DC because the last couple years people would talk about it, and you could tell, like, I love my guy, but all power to him. I'm sure it does. The call dropped. I'm sorry about that. Oh, you're still there? You still there?
I'm not here.
Okay, someone else. Other people are hanging up. So I see. He'd take those things on. And he'd probably take it a little personal. You know what I mean? So the way he reacted was just a little different than what we're seeing this year. Whenever he says like, "Hey, I know, I get it, it's a rivalry, but until we win some football games, it's not much of a rivalry." Whenever he said that, I'm like, "Oh, this dude, like, you know, he understands. Like, he needs to go in there and he needs to make a statement." And I've been saying it. You've heard me all year long. Whenever they say it's a prove it year for DC, no, it's a statement year, and he's seeing red, and I'm. Yeah. Man, I'm fired up for our number 4, dude. I'm fired up.
Yeah, this year, I think this is a turning point. I think it's nothing but up from here. I really do.
100%. Danny from Fresno, appreciate you calling in, brother, and I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
Yes, sir. Later.
Next caller coming in. We're rolling in hot. We still got 8 minutes left here before I take on my call with Hondo Carpenter. So, caller, state your name. Where are you calling from?
Hey, what up, Cody? This is Michelle. I'm calling from the Bay Area.
What is going on, Michelle? Our first lady caller here coming in. What are your thoughts on the 3-2 Las Vegas Raiders?
I got to say, they brought the energy today. I don't know if it was the Come to Jesus talk on Monday or something, but if so, they need to have that talk every Monday.
I'm telling you, there's something about this football team right now that we're having heart attacks all season long, but then we go and we play the Saints on Monday Night Football. We're playing the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead, and they show up and they play their best football that they've played in my opinion, years. So there's something special here. Once they put everything together, I'd love to be able to see these guys do it, the second half of the season, week in and week out.
For sure. Definitely. And I just want to say, too, that I better not see any lazy takes on tomorrow morning's analyst shows. I don't want it to be about what's wrong with the Chiefs. I want it to be giving props to the Raiders and to Derek Carr.
Oh, that is a good point. See, those are the kind of talks, the points that you got to come with whenever you call into the show, because I like that. You're going to listen to, that's how it's going to be. You're going to turn on ESPN, NFL Network, and be like, oh, well, what happened with the Kansas City Chiefs? And it's not going to be, oh, well, what's going right with the Raiders? Because our offense went in there, and they outplayed them at their own game. So good point, and I appreciate you calling in.
Thank you.
There we go. So I think someone was chiming in there at the end. We got our next caller, one of our final callers, because we only got a few minutes left here. State your name. Where are you calling from?
Dude, this is Raider Mike. I'm calling from Arlington, Texas. This is Cody. You answer your own phones on your own show, dude?
Dude, this is my it's a Skype number, right? So I just set it up just for the show. If it was my own phone number, it'd be a complete disaster. It'd be a complete disaster.
All right, man. Well, hey, I know there's like 1,000 Raider Mikes, but I am the original one. I'm JT's friend. Back from the Jim Rome show like 30 years ago. Look, dude, I know you're feeling good today. Hey, all I want to say is I've been watching this team for almost 50 years, and this is the closest I've ever seen since like the early 80s. Those teams, they used to get in these shootout haymaker contests, just throwing blows with like the Elways and the Marinos and the Dan Foutses, and those games go back and forth, and they were exciting. And today felt more like that than anything I've seen from this team in 30 years. And your boy came to play. Yeah. And forget about the throws. He's always made the throws. What he brought today, and you look at, they're not having as many as these dead end plays. He's changing the plays to the line. He's got a great grasp of Gruden's offense. He's quarterbacking the offense. He's changing the plays maybe 35% of the time. Checking into good formations. I mean, he looks a lot more comfortable. And I'll tell you one thing right now, dude. I was more impressed with his 1-yard freaking sneak than any of the other throws he made. He's getting more comfortable running around under duress, and I think he's got to build on this. And he almost made that one play where he had to get rid of it real quick, but they almost connected. If they had made that play, that would have been the ultimate. But they got it. I mean, they haven't really traditionally been a great team coming out of the bye. They got to build on this, man. Yeah. Just don't get too hyped. Just build on this. Get healthy. They got to get healthy. But your boy, our quarterback, man, the best I've ever seen him play. And I was at the Thursday night 2017 game against the Chiefs.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And this is the best I've ever seen you dude play. And I just feel really, I mean, he was like LaMonica out there today. And it was his haymakers. It was his passing that kept him in the game. Forget about the run in, forget about the defense. It was his haymakers that he threw, just nailing them. That kept us in the game. And I'm really, really impressed with Derek Carr today, man.
Yeah, that was the thing. And I'm thankful for Josh Jacobs. And like one of my points was, the run game wasn't a huge thing. Luckily, Devontae Booker came in. He made his presence felt. But the run game wasn't the factor that like had this game going. Yeah, we established it at certain points and we were picking up some good chunks at times. But what kept us in the game, just like you said, is Derek Carr being able to deliver those blows, those deep shots, and just being fearless. Him talking to John Gruden, those are the conversations that we've been waiting to have. The Raiders fans that saw Rich Gannon and John Gruden on the sideline arguing over what was going to happen on the field, of course, this isn't quite the same energy. Derek's going to approach it in a different way. But asking for his trust and asking him to put the game in his hands, that's what we're waiting to see out of number 4. And we finally saw it today. We saw it against the Chiefs, and I'm going to keep asking week in and week out, yeah, John, if you want to establish the run, go ahead. But now it's time to start putting the ball in my boy's hand and letting him sling it, because whenever you can spread that offense or that defense out on the opposing defense out, Derek is finding ways to pick him apart. And even if he's not always there all the time, you're right. It's cool to see him check out of it. Whatever you said, 35% of the time. That's probably a pretty accurate number in my mind too. And it's great to see, man. That's the quarterback that we've been waiting to see, and a guy that is carrying even though they stepped up today, a mediocre defense. The fact that he's able to take that team and beat them is amazing. That is the recipe. If number 4 can keep playing at this high level, we're going far.
It was nice to see our defense able to pin its ears back and get after another team just in those last few minutes.
That's all we need.
And I mean, the time of possession, and this is the thing, the time of the possession, that's how you beat Mahomes. I mean, it was like 30-9 or something like that in the second half, something like that. But Carr making the plays, keeping them on the field, that was the key. And I love the rotation at running back, keeping Jake fresh with the running game. But your boy came to play today, man. You savor this, dude. You savor it, man.
Yeah, dude. Hey, it's all together, all in one. You know, I guess obviously you know where I stand, and there's been a big, long standing Carr debate. And I'm not going to be the dude that tries to like gloat about it with the fan base that's doubted him. If you have your criticisms, I get it. We all just want to win. Well, guess what? We just won, baby. So it's time to celebrate, get back together, Raider Nation as family, and for at least the next couple of weeks, we can be one big happy family and hope this carries on through the rest of the 2020 season. So the original, the unofficial, self-proclaimed original Raider Mike, I appreciate you calling in, man.
Spike that football, babe.
Good stuff. Taking our last and final caller. It's going to be a quick one. State your name, man. Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Ivan from Winton, the 209. How's it going, Cody?
What is going on, man? Nice to hear from you again, dude. How do you feel? This is, like I said, it's going to be quick. We're pretty quick because I'm going to get Hondo here on the phone. But what are your thoughts right now of the 3-2 Las Vegas Raiders coming off a win in Arrowhead?
I'm not going to lie. I was shocked because, honestly, I thought we were going to get blown out by like at least 30 points. But, you know, I'm not going to doubt our offense. I think we have a playoff caliber offense, but it's just still, I mean, yeah, we won today, but the defense is still giving up too many points, man. Like, I don't know how many times I've seen guys run into each other when they were trying to sack Mahomes in the pocket, and he kept on making plays on the run. But, I mean, a good thing is we have a bye week coming up, so guys get healthy. And the second half of the schedule looking up, we're going to be playing Tampa Bay, and then we're going to have the Chiefs again. And I think the rest of those games besides those two are very winnable. So, I mean, I still think we got a shot at the wild card, man.
Good stuff. Ivan, I appreciate you calling in. Like I said, quick call. I appreciate the opinion. I'm going to have to end it right here because we're going to be taking on our guy, Hondo Carpenter. So I'm sure we'll talk again soon, man.
All right, for sure, Cody. I'll keep on listening, and I'll talk to you after the Bucs game.
Good stuff, man. See you later.
All right, take care.
Okay, that's it for now. All of our live callers. We're going to take this quick break. And let's see if I can mute this here. We're going to take this quick break. And when we return, joining me is going to be our guy that we haven't heard in a few weeks now, Hondo Carpenter. Still getting used to this mixing board, so give me a break. We'll be right back.
mailbox.
So it looks like our guy Hondo won't be answering the phone. That's okay. It's okay. I know he gets busy. He's Raiders beat writer over there trying to make ends meet and doing his best, so that's okay. So, just like our moderator Ivan the Great said, drop a like. If you're a Raiders fan, you enjoyed this win, hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe because we got more of these pumping out during this Raiders playoff caliber season. So, Raider Nation, that's going to wrap up for this show. Make sure you subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. This show being brought to you by Blue Wire, RaidersBeat.com, and MyBookie, MyBookie.ag. Make sure you visit them using promo code RaiderCody, and do not miss out on betting on games like this in the future. So, Raider Nation, baby, I'm telling you, it hits me at times like I just get all fired up. And the chills get running. It's something that you don't expect to see, right? This isn't something that you expected on Sunday. So for it to happen, I'm all the way amped up. I'm seeing comments run through here, but I don't see it popping up. What's going on, Dev Peterson? What's going on, man? I appreciate the super chat. I also saw someone comment in here earlier with a super chat about being in Delano watching a football game together. It's not normally something I do because I watch it with the family and we're kind of close-knit here. But I will tell you, in December area-ish, we're going to be hosting a watch party in Fresno so if you see if that 559 number is familiar to you, be on the lookout. Fresno watch party coming to you. Wild. Just one, baby. Ivan the Great said it best. Just one, baby. Raiders! I will see you guys in a few days. Peace.